So on Gilmore Girls, when I saw the scene where Emily was literally screaming at her kid when she was about to give birth.
Lorelai, you do not do this. You do not just leave a person a note.
Okay, see the timing here.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm in labor. See you later. Lorelai?
Ow.
Emily, please, I feel ridiculous.
You're having a baby. Do you know that, Lorelai?
I was shocked. Like, I was taken aback. I was like, no, there's no way this can happen in real life. There is no way you're shouting on someone that is just about to give birth. Emily was terrifying. There's been a never-ending debate on whether Emily was the real villain of Gilmore Girls or if she was just a misunderstood mom who was trying to cope. And the question I guess everyone would ask from time to time is, was she a bad mom or was she doing the best that she could? Hi, my name is Susan, and if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, how is it going? I don't think we have to think too hard to see how Emily came off as terrifying on Gilmore Girls. And I know a lot of you are fans of Kelly Bishop, and some of you were probably blinded by your love for her that you did not see how horrifying this woman was, okay, to her kid. And I know it's a show. I'm not referring to the character, obviously, and I know most of you already know that. I think this just shows that the woman is really talented to be able to inspire such anger at how she was treating her kid. Emily called Lorelai names as a kid. She made jokes about how big her head was, but I was wondering, was Lorelai's head really big? Not the point. I get it. I'm going to stop now. Emily only helped Lorelai with Rory's education on condition that they'll be coming home for Friday dinners. And, Emily would always make belittling comments and be passive aggressive. A lot of times on the show, she actually made Lorelai feel terrible in Rory's presence. During the Friday night dinners, it would always be a time where she would take jabs at Lorelai. She tried to break up Luke and Lorelai. And I think the worst thing that Emily did that drove home the point that this was toxic parenting was when she said this about Lorelai's potential.
You can use your mother's old golf clubs. They're upstairs gathering dust along with the rest of her potential.
Okay, Mom, can I maybe talk to you for a minute?
Sorry, but it was funny, but it wasn't funny. Anyway, I need to point out that no circumstance or background makes it okay for anyone to treat their kid the way that Emily did. But if we take a look at how Emily grew up, we see that Emily was raised in a world where appearances were everything. She was raised to value status, tradition, keeping up with other socialites. For example, you see that Emily wasn't at a 9 to 5 like most of you are right now. Emily did not have a business. Emily was not creating content. She grew up as a traditional wife and most likely in a traditional household as well. Everything in her life was about order and control. We see her spend most of her times in the DAR meeting, and we also see how she treated those that worked with her at the house. She wasn't exactly nice to them. A lot of them did not stay long with her, and Lorelai would always talk about this to get under her skin. She really didn't have a good relationship with the people. She felt they were beneath her. You could tell from a lot of her expressions. And I guess to me, it's hard to justify the way that she acted towards Lorelai because of some of the things that we even see her doing to people that were not her family. It was hard to really say, oh, it's just how she is, or maybe that's how she grew up, because she was also not, she was not very nice to the people that she worked with. Anyway, we see that she was also on the receiving end of this traditional living, I guess, because Richard's mom found every single opportunity to torment this woman.
Tenants took wonderful care of the place. They planted some lovely tulips in the front yard.
So, Mom, if you're going to be here for a while, I can plan some things for you to do, some outings you might enjoy.
Like what?
Like the Arboretum.
I have no desire to spend an entire day with plants. Emily, I'm not a bee.
And the funny thing, or the painful part of it, was the fact that Richard did not do anything about it. He literally just stayed there and sometimes would laugh off the jokes. A lot of those jokes were not funny. I think Richard's sense of humor is questionable at this point because I don't know how he found those jokes funny. They really weren't, okay? And I think Emily had a tough time with Richard's mom. If you like this video so far, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see more of these videos, this kind of videos. Anyway, Emily lost Lorelai when she was just a teenager. For a whole 16 years, she lived with the pain of that separation. A lot of people gloss past this. This is hard. This is very hard for a kid to leave your home or your house at 16 and they never, like, you never hear anything from them anymore. I think it was really hard and it was really painful. It must have been really painful for her. Anyway, Lorelai finally comes back because of Rory. So you would think that, okay, now that Lorelai is back, right, I'm going to try to do things differently. But no, I feel like Emily literally just picked up from where she left off. She's like, oh, as we were. And she continued like doing exactly the same things that she was doing when Lorelai was younger, right? Emily was expecting to keep doing this and expecting Lorelai to get closer to her. And I think that this was just next level Delulu. I'm sorry. So it looked like, you know, every Friday night dinner, every check that she wrote, it was kind of like a desperate attempt to reconnect, to fix what went wrong. It looked like she didn't know a different way to express herself than, you know, being passive aggressive and, you know, making snide remarks. And she would hardly give compliments, but even the times that she gives the compliments is like, did you just say that? Like, is somebody else in the room with us? Anyway, we see that Emily's storyline gets better. She gets more vulnerable. We see her make efforts to be better. I recall that scene where she was talking to Lorelai and she was like, she likes the relationship between her and Rory and she would like them to be like that. Okay, and it shows that she wasn't, some of the things that she was doing wasn't, it was, I guess, a learned habit for her. It wasn't malicious, right? She had just gotten used to being that way, okay? And she was trying to be better as well. And yeah, that is what I think about Emily. I would like to know what you guys think. Do you think that she was really the villain in Gilmore Girls? Do you think she was just misunderstood? There's a lot we don't see about her own upbringing. Emily, we literally don't see anything about her upbringing, and I guess it is left to interpretation by we the viewers to know, you know, how this could have impacted her own parenting. But I would really like to know what you guys think, and thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.